Tes.
You started already?
Nope, not yet.
Okay.
Aleph to what, Naftali?
Dalid.
Aleph to Dalet.
It's somebody. Aleph to Dalet.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hilchas Chanukah boy Chof Vav Seifim. Siman Kuf Lamed Tes. Goes for 4 days. Hilchas Chanukah. So we'll do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Rez Hashem, and then we'll go back and we'll reconvene, I guess, Tuesday with the regular schedule. Okay, so in second base of Mikdash, when the Malchus Yavan, whatever they ruled, Gazu Gzeres al Yisrael Batul Dasam, they would Gazer Gzeres on Klal Yisrael, and they were battled at Das and they didn't leave them to be Isaac Torah mitzvahs who pushed Yudayim and Maminam Ubun Nasayim. And it was Pashut, they stuck out their hands, meaning they put themselves into the Yidden's business, into their money and to their daughters. Right, the two things that people care about, money and girl and their daughters. They went into the Beis HaMikdash and they broke it open, and they matama everything that was Torah. But Sarlem Yisol Ma'od, and they caused a lot of stress on the Yidden. B'fneim v'lochtzum lachatz gadol, made a huge lachatz. Ad shericham aleim elokei v'seinu v'yashiyam v'yodam v'atzilam. Till he had Rachmanis on them, and he saved them. V'gavru, till Hashem saved them. V'gavru b'nei Chashmonai HaKahanim gedolim v'hargum, and the b'nei Chashmonai HaKahanim went and killed them. V'yashiyu es Yisrael miyodam, and they saved Klal Yisrael. V'midu melech min HaKahanim, and they appointed a king. V'chazar Malchus Yisrael yeser al Masayim shana ad ha'churban hasheni. And then the Klal Yisrael had their rules again until the second Beis HaMikdash was destroyed. The war was won on the 25th of Kislev. I don't know if it was won. It wasn't won, I think, actually, for till many years later. But that's basically when they got back control. They didn't find Shem and Torah in the Mikdash. One jug that had the seal of the Kohen Gadol. And there was only had enough to light 1 day. And then it lit from the Neros HaMaracha 8 days until they were able to crush grapes, and then to have tar, Shem and tar, right? We all know the story. The Chachamim in that dar. It's interesting that the Kitzur's Lashon is in that dar because it's a big controversy historically when exactly Klal Yisrael started, let's call it, celebrating with lighting the menorah. Yimei simcha v'halo. And you have to light it on the door to the houses on every night for 8 days. To show and to reveal the nes. They rested from their enemies. Not only that, but they made a Chanukas Habayis. That's right. Hence Chanukah. Right? They rededicated it. Therefore, there are those that say that it's a mitzvah to have a little bit more on Chanukah. The Melechas HaMishkan was done in these days. And you have to say over the nisim that were done to our Raseno in those days. I am Yosifun. Yosifun was the history book. But it's not going to be considered Sudas Mitzvah unless you sing. Which for the life of me, I don't understand why we don't sing every time we eat. Breakfast, lunch, and supper, we should sing. It turns it into a Sudas Mitzvah. Right? I'm saying yeshivas, they sing a niggin. I don't even know if it has to be a Chanukah niggin necessarily, but sing a niggin, why not? We give tzedakah, because that always fixes the pagam in the nefesh. The same, and beyichud to give it to loim de Torah aniyim to be mechazik them. Agav, I think that just came up because 60 Minutes last night. I don't know if anybody's aware of this. 60 Minutes had the interview with the Baligaiva of the Mossad about the nace. What they pulled off, to me, is like a nace. It's a nace, almost like the Hanukkah nace. How can they get beepers into these guys and radios, and it mamish took down it changed the whole war. To me, it's a mamish a nace, the equivalent of again, I don't know history, but I think it's kedai that he's saying that you should say over nisim to the family, right? So the kids come home with stories. They know all the story. They know the story better than us, which is not saying anything, but they know the story better than us. But if we can explain to the kids the nace that happened with this, it's unbelievable.
Somebody once told me the Israeli government, I forgot where I saw, where these missiles that came, like these 400 missiles from Iran, not one did anything. I mean, we had the
right. I'm saying so. I mean,
all these things we've seen nowadays.
Correct. So there's nisim that I think it would be I think it's my 2 cents, whatever that's worth, that we read up on it, and we're living through the nisim. It's kedai that the kids should be aware of the nisim that's going on, even though we're through a tzara. We lost 3 soldiers today, and it's terrible. But they were still in the war by Hanukkah. They were still fighting. That's for sure, and we still celebrated. Okay, base. Ein masana b'mei Hanukkah. There's no fasting on Hanukkah. It's Erev Hanukkah, and the day after Hanukkah is mutter, right? That's a whole issue whether on Erev Yom Tovim you're allowed to, you're not allowed to. Gimel, Hanukkah mutter basiyas malacha. Hanukkah malacha is mutter. Achanoshim noyegay shaloi lasis malacha kozman shaneres dalkos ve'en lahakol lahem. It's a very strong lashon. Women, the minig is that they should not do malacha as long as the neiros are lit. Now that doesn't mean, and you should not be makel. That doesn't mean the entire time that you. I mean, if I was a woman and I read the Kitzur, I would get the biggest glasses and put in 7 hours worth and say, okay, I'm done for the night. Right? But it doesn't mean that. It means for the basic zman, which is a half hour. And the reason why the women are because it was a terrible gzeira on the daughters. Any basula got married had to sleep with the guy first, with the whoever was the officer. And because of that, and also the nace happened with a woman. She was very pretty. That she should lay with him, and she said she's going to fulfill his request. She gave him cheese. They should be thirsty and drink wine. And get drunk. And he fell asleep. And went to a deep sleep. When they saw that their melech was done, so then they ran away, which again, I'm not trying to compare to this whole beeper story, but doing that just totally deflated everybody, and then they killed their leader. Right? That's also why we have a lot of dairy on Hanukkah.
Why don't we have a lot of wine?
Because that we have every day. That's why.
But we should have more, because
maybe
Hanukkah was brought about with wine.
Yeah. Dalit. All oils are kosher for Ner Hanukkah. Choice mitzvah is olive oil. And if you can't find it, find another oil. Or wax. So, if the truth be told, if you're not using olive oil, then I would imagine there's much better oils out there. I think wax candles burn nicer than olive. But okay, it is what it is. You should not have 2 wicks wrapped together. That is a torch. Ella kol ner yechidi, you should do each ner by itself. Do not use wax of patei avdei because it's disgusting. All wicks are kosher. The mitzvah in Amufcha is to take cotton. You don't need new wicks every night. You can keep using the ones that you used before. And for some say you should dafka use the ones from before because so then it's better that way. Okay. Everybody should have a fine night, and it should be matzliach, and we should hear only Besudas Toilets.
I mean, those cotton wicks are better